Washington correspondent Tara Mergener has the latest from D.C. Good morning, Tara. Still no deal on a Putin-Zelensky meeting or that trilateral meeting, including President Trump.
No, definitely not. But let me catch you up really quickly on what's actually happening, what we know at this point. President Trump, as you know, said he spoke with Vladimir Putin by phone. He's laid the groundwork for a direct meeting between Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky. And if that meeting shows progress, a trilateral session with Donald Trump would follow. So far, Russia has not confirmed Putin will take part, at least not officially. And the Kremlin continues to demand recognition of its control over the occupied Ukrainian territories, which are terms Kiev is flatly rejecting. Ukraine insists that only its top leadership can negotiate those issues. At the same time, Zelensky is pressing for international security and a safety net against future Russian attacks. The president says Ukraine will have to set aside its agenda of getting back Crimea, and the president also insists both sides will have to compromise, and that while the U.S. and Europe are prepared to help Ukraine defend itself, American troops will not be part of this equation. So support could, though, come through advanced aircraft and some other means. But definitely, it's all eyes are on this story today in Washington for sure.
You know, Tara, I think the world collectively is looking for that agreement. Of course, this takes time for that to happen. Overall, what progress did you see and what challenges popped up in this last round? Where are we in the progress getting to some kind of agreement? And we know that takes time.
Yeah, it really does take time. And at this point, people are wondering, officials are wondering if this is going to be a more symbolic situation, at least those meetings, than actual progress. Again, it's the debate over the territories. Kiev does not want to give Russia control. They don't want to recognize that Russia has taken over these territories. There's certainly egos at play here, and a whole lot of things going on behind the scenes. We also do know that Secretary of State Marco Rubio is also trying to come up with a plan to make this happen, but lots of challenges and no word at all on when this could happen. But President Trump does say he does believe that the bilateral meeting will happen and potentially the trilateral if that goes forth.
Yeah, it's still to be determined what country is going to host them, including the issue of Putin being an accused war criminal and subject to arrest in certain countries. So, Tara Mergener, we appreciate your insights from D.C. We'll check back with you as the deal either does or doesn't come through in terms of that.
Doesn't look good, though, right now. Certainly optically, it doesn't look good. It looks like you gave Vladimir Putin everything he wanted, was with legitimacy, standing beside the American president, coming to the United States. And again, no real incentive for him to end the war and no real punishment if he chooses not to. There's nothing on the table right now in terms of secondary sanctions or how will the United States punish him. And I thought it was interesting because Trump said to Fox News yesterday morning, he said, well, I didn't want to call Vladimir Putin in front of the other world leaders because it would be disrespectful to Vladimir Putin, which is an astounding thing for an American president to say about a murderous dictator, convicted war criminal, in particular when Putin has only ramped up his attacks since these talks began.
They continue. Yeah.
What could be more disrespectful of Trump's role in trying to broker peace than ramping up your attacks?
Something else he said that was really interesting. He's hoping this may be his card or one of them to get into heaven.
To heaven.
To stop the killing.
I think that ship has sailed, Mr. Trump, no matter how you see the president. But look, he wants a Nobel Peace Prize, and that's okay. I think we should all root for Trump to get a Nobel Peace Prize. Every president should want that.
At the end of the day, we do want a resolution. One thing you brought up, and we can't dive totally into this, but the idea of appeasement with somebody like a Putin, has that ever worked historically? And what is the best course?
Historically, no.
Yeah.